to give you a view into a little bit into my office. And hopefully this time I'm going to see who's on and your comments, because somehow last time when I went live, I think that was last week at this point, some of you were writing comments and I didn't see them. So what I'm gonna do is open up the group here on my laptop. Cool. So, hey Liz, hi, how are you? I was just thinking before I started, I love that you started working so fast and you got me some slides. I can't wait to look at them. So good job. I love that. Go for it. So I'll get back to you in a little bit on that. Hi. Yeah, good. So what I want to talk about today, I have 15 minutes or so. Good, Liz. I'm so glad. We have fun while we do this, and it's really powerful. So it's fun and it works, and it's a proven system. So that's cool. Of course, for those of you watching, if I think Liz, you're the only one here right now, but some others may join. Elena, glad you're here. So for the others that are joining, Liz, this is my free Facebook group, so not everyone in here is a client of mine working with me, but we'll get them there one day, right, everyone? But I love to come in here and just give you little free jujus to get you going so that you can start to earn more money in your business and just live at greater levels of prosperity while you live your passion and your purpose. So today, what I want to talk about is how to position yourself as the authority in your market. And why do you care about that? Well, you really need to do that in order to charge high ticket prices. Okay? Hey Des, glad you're here. So you really need to position yourself as the authority in your market, like the person, the expert in your market in order to command high ticket prices. Okay? And so feel free to ask any questions on that, but that's really important. So, hi Boo. So first, what I'd love you to think about is in your business right now, have you established yourself as the authority? And I think the immediate thing that comes up for most of us is insecurity, right? Because you think immediately of all the other people you know who maybe do what you do or do something similar to you, and they might have bigger businesses and they've been having more success in some degree, and they're doing maybe different things that you admire, that you see from afar, and you think, well, they're better and they're probably better at what I do, and they might be more established. And so insecurity comes up, and I just want to say that because it's natural. It comes up for everyone, guys. So one of the antidotes to that, as I tell all my clients as this comes up in our journey, is to just stop looking at what everyone else is doing, at least for a while. In the beginning of starting your business, a lot of times you need to look at what everyone else is doing to get ideas, and that's cool, that's awesome. You kind of see what's possible, and it even gives you ideas. But there's a certain point, good, Elena, I'm glad. There's a certain point that you come to in your business that it actually paralyzes you. So you're looking at what everyone else is doing, and it infiltrates your mind, and it actually makes you procrastinate because you get overwhelmed. You're not sure what to do, and you kind of get, you get really insecure about whether you have what it takes, and this is it's like across the board, almost for everyone, no matter how much training you've done, how many certifications, how much education you've had. So I just want to point that out because it's just natural, okay, ladies? It's natural to feel a little insecure and wonder if you are the badass rock star, the best at what you do. But you see, the thing is, you have to get to the point where you believe that in order to have the business, the prosperous business, the 5-figure a month business, right? The multi-6-figure-a-year business, the one that's making an impact with a lot of clients that you want to serve. You have to feel that you're the best. And that is a mindset. It's not something that happens because of something that happens outside of you. It's not another certification or more clients or anything like that. It is your choice to believe that you are the best at what you do. And then, what's really important to remember is that people really don't buy your program, okay? It's like, it's nice to think and kind of imagine that that's what you're selling and that's what you're creating and that's what people are going to buy from you, but people actually really buy you. So they're guided to you and they like what you're about, of course, and they need the help that you're providing, but they're really interested in buying from you because they connect with you, okay? Because there are other people that do what you do. There's other people that do what I do. And everyone that signs up with me, everyone that becomes a client of mine, they know that too, but they felt something different with me and they wanted to work with me, okay? And it's the same for you. So the way that all comes together, to make your business start to really happen is when you just decide. It's not the other way around. It's not, oh, I start getting all these clients and they start seeing in me the magic that I am, and then I started to believe that I really am the best and a rock star. It's actually reverse, right? You have to believe it. You have to really get to the point where, you're like, I am the best at what I do because I bring a certain magic to this that no one else does. It's my special sauce. And that's when, on the outside, the clients show up, they see that in you, and then it becomes easy, okay? So in order to charge high ticket prices, in all your marketing, you have to portray and establish authority, okay? And what that does, when people feel like you are the expert at this thing, it establishes preeminence, which means that people feel that you're the best. When people feel that you're the best at what you do, at the result, getting the result that they want, they are more likely to pay you whatever it is that you want to charge. Okay, that's when price really isn't a thing. Okay, for people, it's really just like, okay, I want to work with her because she's clearly the best. So how do we do that? There's a few different ways that we do that in our marketing that's really powerful. And the one that I'm going to talk about today is really knowing your client inside their head, And I'll use an example. Recently had a conversation with a new client and I was asking her, who's your ideal client? And she was telling me, well, she's like this age and, she's pretty conscious and she's this and this and this and all these sort of characteristics. And that's cool. It's good to kind of have that in mind. But what's more important is what is the pain that your client experiences. So when anyone asks you or when you think about who is my client, right away you should be thinking, what is the problem that my client has that I solve? Period. And when you connect with that, then you need to think about, okay, so what's going on in her or his head all the time that is making this, thank you for the hearts. Oh, I love this. Hello, hearts. But what is going on in their mind that is keeping them up at night? That's really creating a lot of doubt and a lot of angst and a lot of confusion and overwhelm, and like they don't know what to do. If you speak that in your marketing, that's when everything changes. People feel that you get them on a level that they've never been gotten before. And again, price becomes irrelevant because you've established yourself as an authority. And the only, authority is established through trust and credibility. It's not established through dictation. Like, I'm the best at what I do. Do you believe me? Right? It's only created by time with someone. And cool thing about the internet these days is that we can automate the time that we spend with someone, and and so we can automate it, and then we establish that through our marketing. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of coaches are making when they're making marketing materials, webinars, for example, is they think that establishing credibility means giving someone a lot of information, right? We're like trying to prove to everyone that we know so much. But you see, people don't need more information. They want transformation. And so as coaches, our job is to get someone past the point that holds them back, right? That's been holding them back forever. So really what they're buying from you is like stepping into a next version of themselves. So I feel like I've already given you a lot, which I'm so interested in doing. I just don't want to overwhelm you. Any questions? I know just a couple of you were on. You might watch the replay. Any questions on establishing authority so that you can charge high ticket prices for your coaching programs? I got the new watch yesterday. So exciting. Not really sure how to work it yet, but I'm pretty excited about having it. Never thought I really wanted it, actually, but then I started doing Orange Theory Fitness. Do you guys do that yet? And in that workout, you need to have a heart rate monitor. And so, cool question, Liz. So of course, Liz, you're one of my private clients and you can ask me these questions in our private group, but I'm happy to answer them here, at least some of them. Not everyone here is working with me privately. So, but I'm happy to answer, Liz, this question, which is, content on your website. Honestly, I don't, in our model, in the model that I use to get a consistent flow of leads, you don't even need a website. So I don't put a lot of stock on putting content on your website. If you have one, awesome that you put something there. But actually really your about page and leading someone into your automated funnel is really the only two things that you need on your website. Very, very, very simple. So the only other place, Liz, is that we do this throughout our funnel. So on our Facebook ads and then through the video marketing that we create. Where I'm talking specifically in our program, for example, and for anyone who wants to establish authority, the best way to do that is through video marketing. And so you could be doing this on a Facebook Live. You could be doing this in a free video that you post somewhere. You could be doing it on a Facebook post. These are all organic strategies to grow your business. They're manual labor type strategies, which I don't believe in. I'm fine doing it. I think people should do it in the beginning, or if they're trying to grow their business or they really don't have the money to invest yet. But it's not a long-term strategy. It's inconsistent. It's not predictable, and it will exhaust you. It's not sustainable. But you can definitely use this teaching, if you will, in any of your marketing. So wherever you're doing that, if that's organic strategies or paid traffic strategies, whenever you're creating any kind of marketing material, instead of content, I like to use marketing material, because giving more information via content doesn't do anything, doesn't bring us paying clients. It really just overwhelms people and they're like, oh, thanks so much for the information, bye, I'm gonna go live my life now. It doesn't inspire them to take the next step with you, and that's really what we're trying to create. So one of the ways that we do that is by establishing authority. People just feel, they rock up to a call with you knowing that they want to work with you. And that's when it's done really powerfully. That's what we create in our program. Does that answer your question? Content overload is the worst. Totally right. And it doesn't work. So, yeah, I'm really anti, do more, create more stuff for people, and hopefully they'll get on your email list, and then they won't actually buy anything from you. It just makes people work too hard, and it's actually not efficient or effective to get clients, and especially high ticket clients. So what I talk about in my program, but for anyone here too, in order to have a high ticket business, you have to have a high ticket funnel. You have to have a way that ushers people from never knowing you, even 48, 24 hours or a few hours before, to buying high ticket from you. How does that happen? It's kind of feels like magic, right? But it does happen. Liz, you know this personally, and which is awesome for you to have experienced that and invested knowing, with me, and that happened. What happens when you do that is then you turn around and you open that up for yourself to have happen. So what we're always trying to create is a way that people go from stranger to client, high ticket client, in a short amount of time, and very powerfully, very authentically, very, very heart-centered, very connected. They don't feel like they were, pushed or coerced into anything. They feel really great about the investment. I recently had a client tell me that she, I think it was a few weeks before she started working with me, she wouldn't pay $397 for a program. She was like, it's too much, I think, and then ended up forking over thousands a couple weeks later to work with me. And that was we were talking about the power of how, that happens when it's set up right. She just knew she had to make it happen with me. And that other program that was much cheaper, that she felt like she couldn't even afford, she ended up not doing that because it didn't feel like she had to do it. Okay, so I gotta run. Thank you for those of you who showed up. If you're watching the replay, hi, and I'm so glad you're here. And post any questions. I try to check back later and see if you've posted any questions, and I'm happy to answer them on today's topic, which is how to establish yourself as the authority in your market so that you can charge high ticket prices. Okay? Bye.